again, welcome to the Sports Box. We only opinion that matters. Still right here. I am Mike Galetta, a.k.a. Hamilton Mike, along with my partner Brian the Ranger Retard, bringing you another special we just keep thinking up specials for. We're going to do our winners of the week, starting with week 4. Okay, we're going to roll through the schedule. We're going to give our wins, losses, and go from there. First game, Dolphins at Bengals. Gotta like the Bengals.
Yeah, I like the Bengals at home. The Dolphins barely beat a really crappy Cleveland team last week. I think the Bengals had a tough loss to Denver.
They had a tough 3 loss. I mean, these last 3 games they've had.
Yeah, the Bengals will bounce back with an easy win.
Coming home against Miami, who struggled against Cleveland. Yeah,
both agree there on the
Bengals. Colts Jaguars. You know what? I hate to say it, I'm going Jaguars. I think Jacksonville at home. They got to win, and they've been playing a little better defense.
Well, it is a home game, but it's also in London. It's 9:30 a.m. start, so it's a London game.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Colts only because the Jaguars played pretty bad in London last year when they played there.
I'm still taking Jags.
That's fine. We'll disagree there. I like the Colts, though, to win that game.
Okay. They got to win eventually.
Right. Absolutely.
Titans at the Texans. I got to go with the Titans. I think the Titans, with that defense that's shaky with Houston, with J.J. Watt out of the lineup, that's a big loss for them. And Osweiler didn't impress me on the Monday night game or Thursday night game when he got killed.
You fooled me there. I thought you were going to say Texans.
No, I'm thinking of Titans.
I'm going to take Houston.
Okay.
You know, the Titans' offense looked actually pretty abysmal this year. I don't think they need J.J. Watt to stop them, and I think that they're going to rebound from that really horrible game they played last week in New England. I'm going to take Houston.
Isaiah Sharp Mariota. You gotta like it.
Maybe Delaney Walker plays.
Yeah, well, Browns and Redskins, I think there's going to be no disagreement here. I'm taking the Redskins at home, playing the dismal Browns, and yes, Terrell Pryor is the only guy doing something, but he stinks.
I mean, it's hard to pick against the Browns, right?
It's real hard. It's not. Michael Henshaw will, but I would take
Redskins win. Nothing else needs to be said.
Seahawks, Jets. I got to take the Jets here. I think the Jets, Seattle making that cross-country trip. Wilson banged up a little, Baldwin banged up a little bit. I think the Jets prevail in this game.
I think if the Seahawks were healthy, they go back to where they won the Super Bowl and win a game here, but there's some injuries there. The Jets played really bad last week. They probably have a lot on their shoulders. I'm curious to see what Eric Decker, if he plays. He has a little shoulder injury, but I'll take the Jets at home as well, just because, again, they played so bad last week, they can't let that.
It's tough west to east. It's tough to go across country.
A 1 p.m. start, that's at 10 a.m. out there. So,
another shaker. Bills and Patriots. Even though the Patriots aren't at full strength and Edelman might be quarterback this week, I'm still taking the Patriots because I think the Bills stink. And Rex Ryan, it's only a matter of time now. The clock's ticking. Listen, Rex Ryan.
Listen, I'm not picking against New England ever at this point until I'm proven wrong. They're beating everybody with anybody at quarterback, so I'm going to take New England to go 4-0. 4-0 before Tom Brady. Yep. And only, jeez.
Yep. Carolina at the Falcons. You know what? And I hate to do this because I'm not a big Panthers fan at all. We love you, Monty, but I'm taking the Panthers. Atlanta stinks, and I know Matt Ryan's having a decent year, and they rolled over the Saints last week. Me and Brian could roll over the Saints. Stop. I'm going to take the Panthers to win in Atlanta.
No, the Falcons have played really crappy. As we mentioned in our preview of this week for fantasy, the Falcons have played really bad defenses to start the season. They got three really tough ones coming out. Yeah. Carolina wins this game. I think it's going to be close.
Yep. The Raiders and the Ravens, I think this is an interesting matchup. I know you can't go west to east. I think I'm taking the Raiders, though, in this game. I just think the Raiders have it all together this year. They're not that bad of a team defensively, a little shaky, but, I think the Raiders can pull it off against the Ravens.
Probably the toughest game of this week to pick, in my opinion. I'm going to go with the Ravens at home just because, again, I don't like picking West Coast teams those 1 p.m. games. But I could see it going either way. I think it's probably a really strong toss-up. I'll take Baltimore home because they've been playing well. But I mean, I don't feel that great about it, frankly.
Nothing like hedging your bet there.
Hey, listen, you got to cover yourself.
You're definitely doing that. The Lions at the Bears, another sad game. But I'm going to take the Lions because I just don't think the Bears are that good of a team. The Lions may not be good either, but at least they have an aerial attack. So I'm taking the Lions on the road.
I'll take the Lions as well. If you came with Jay Cutler, you came with Brian Hoyer. Again, the Lions are a very flawed team, but they have fewer flaws than the Bears do this week. I'll take Detroit on the road.
And this is going to be next one's going to be a real tough one to pick. The Broncos and the Bucks. Unfortunately, I'm taking the Broncos this week because the Buccaneers played terrible last week against the freaking Rams in Case Keenum. Sorry, Bucks. Even though you're home, I'm taking the Broncos.
This was a tough game for you to pick.
Yeah, it was. It was hurt. I'm wearing a shirt today, too.
Denver wins. Denver's defense is the best in football. And, Denver wins.
I would love to say the Bucs could pull this game off, but I don't think they can this week.
I think you had this as a loss before the season started, so that's fine. It's
not really. That's okay. So the Rams, the Cardinals, another shocker. I'm taking the Cardinals. Rams, struggled against the Bucks last week. Cardinals, Cardinals are a good team, and they're playing home. I just think this is a no-brainer. I'm taking the Cardinals.
Cards get a win here. They've had a pretty tough start to the season. I mean, they were the sexy pick to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. I think they can get there, but they're going to need to win the game that they should be winning. The Rams are terrible. Yeah. I'm taking the Cards here.
Next game, Saints and at the Chargers. I'm taking the San Diego Superchargers. Saints stink. Saints are going out west. I don't care. Breeze is going home, back to where he started from. Chargers win this game handily.
I think the over hit already in this game.
I think it did. I think it did. Raise it again.
This is going to be a very high-scoring game.
Yep.
I'm going to take New Orleans just because of Drew Brees going back to San Diego. Now, having said that, it's going to be a high-scoring game. Probably last possession wins. But I'm going to take the Saints just because I think Brees has a little more fire in his belly this week against this Chargers.
I think you're high, too. Well, anyway.
I'm not saying the Saints are good. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I think they beat the Chargers.
Anyway, Cowboys and the 49ers. I'm taking the Cowboys. I like what I've seen of Dak Prescott so far, and I think he gets the job done against those awful Chip Kelly Niners so far.
I'm going to take the Cowboys. I'm not that impressed with Dak Prescott so far. I'm not sure what all the hype is. I think he's made about 2 15-yard passes in his career so far.
He looks good. He's caught up to speed.
I mean, he's better than the backups they've had in recent years, but you're right. The Niners are absolutely terrible. Not going to get a win here. Dallas takes it.
He's not Tom Brady, but he's getting the
He's not Tony Romo either.
Yeah, the night game, the Chiefs against the Steelers. I think the Steelers bounce back in this game. I think they're home. The Chiefs coming in. I know Andy Reid's a good coach and everything, and the Chiefs do play well defensively on the road. Not bad, but I still think the Steelers bounce back and win this game.
I like the Steelers at home. I think it's also a very good game. It's probably the closest game of the week as far as having two really good teams playing against each other. I think they're both playoff teams. I'm going to take the Steelers to win at home after really an abysmal effort last week against the Eagles. And, I wasn't surprised the Eagles scored points on that defense because the Steelers defense isn't very good. I was really surprised that the Steelers couldn't score any points. I think they're going to have some pent-up frustration to get it out this week. Again, getting Le'Veon Bell back helps as well.
Yep. And the last game, I think, is a real tough game, and actually a good Monday night game. The Giants against the Vikings. Here's the Giants team coming into Minnesota with that great defense, and then on the other side, Sam Bradford hasn't really shocked the world and impressed anybody against that Giants defense. I'll tell you what, I'm taking the Vikings this week. I think the Vikings can stifle the Giants enough that the Vikings can win by a field goal. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game by any stretch. That over-under might be 15.
We said before the season that the Vikings, talk about Teddy Bridgewater, the Vikings use a quarterback as little as anybody does in the league because of just a fantastic defense. They're playing at home where they just beat Aaron Rodgers 2 weeks ago. I like the Vikings in this game as well.
They're living on defense is what they are.
Yeah, that they are. And defense wins championships, so you never know.
So that's our picks this week for week 4. We're going to try to do it every week for you. Keep an eye out. We got some good stuff coming.
And, of course, Twitter, @SportsBoxShow. Facebook, follow us. YouTube, subscribe. Not that hard.
Yep, and remember, Iceman coming Monday, 8:15. We're going to try a live Facebook feed from the skate zone in Atlantic City when the Iceman, myself, back on the ice and goal again. That's right, I might be crying. Anyway, thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for us. See you. From the Sports Box, the only opinion that matters.
It is right here.
It's right here. See you.
Don't forget to subscribe.